Leaving Michigan, Friday afternoon, Casey Kane's on the pole. Casey Kane, in a Dodge last year, and a Ford this year, a Toyota next year, and a Chevrolet the year after that. It's a wonder he knows which way he's going. He was fast, he's good. Beat Jimmy Johnson for the pole, but the big story was Jack Roush. Jack Roush, plane crash 2 weeks ago. Second plane crash of his career. He was up and walking down pit road. Bad news is, doesn't have any vision in his left eye. Good news is, looks pretty strong, pretty stout. The guy that was just in a bad plane crash. Got a lot of facial injuries and repair work. I heard 50 screws in his cheekbones trying to repair those things. He says he can fly though. Wiley Post, remember? He said was a one-eye pilot. I don't know what the rules are these days. Probably couldn't fly commercial, but you know Jack, indomitable spirit. Good to see him back. Good for his team too. I'm still picking Carl Edwards and Greg Biffle to be the guys to beat on Sunday in the Michigan 400. Mike Mullen for MikeMullen.net, and I'm thinking that Jack being around is really going to be a spark for that team. That's not the only news. Richard Childress was talking about that fourth team he's going to have next year with Paul Menard and John Menard's money. John Menard, who runs one of the biggest Home Depot operations in the country, one of the biggest home improvement operations, third to only Lowe's and Home Depot. Got a lot of money. Childress says it's not about money. He says that Paul Menard's got the drive and the passion to win. My question is, can a four-car team win? Can a four-car team be successful? We're looking at the Rick Hendrick operation. Looks to me like the Dale Earnhardt part of that operation has dragged down the Mark Martin part of that operation. We talked to Mark a little bit today. He says they're back on track. He says they're going to be looking pretty good, he says, in the chase. I hope so. We'll see just how that works out. Coming on strong at the right point. Had 3 or 4 good races right now. Another story. We asked Jeff Burton about the 4-car team. He says there's nothing wrong with the 4-car team. You do it right. You got the money. You put the engineering in there. Well, they had a 4-car team last year. Didn't work out so well. Almost lost Kevin Harvick as the driver. They had a lot of issues. I'm not so sure a 4-car team can work. Jonas says he's going to do it. Says it's going to work. Says his goal is to put Paul Menard in the chase. Okay. He set some good goals. Got a lot of goals. One of the other top stories of the day, Daytona. Shake up down there. Robin Bragg, been running it since 2002. He's out. Looking for a new job, apparently. He's been running Daytona International Speedway for the last 6 or 8 years. Pothole Gate, was in charge of putting the new asphalt down, $20 million project. He's out. Joey Chitwood III is in. Joey Chitwood, good guy. Was running Indianapolis Motor Speedway for several years until the family up there decided they didn't want Tony George in charge of that part of the operation, and Joey took that as a hint to move on himself. Moved to Daytona to ISC, and now he's the president of Daytona. I don't know if that's going to be a long-term job or if he's the guy that's going to move further up the ladder. Good personality, 41 years old, knows racing. Maybe we could talk to him about some of those IRL NASCAR doubleheaders that Brian says he doesn't want that I think would be good for the sport. We'll see. Mike Mullen for MikeMullen.net. Friday afternoon, leaving Michigan International Speedway. Casey Kane's on the pole. Brian Vickers, future still up in the air. Scott Speed, future still up in the air. But as General Manager Jay Fry says of the Red Bull operation, we've got a lot of opportunities here. Yep, a lot of opportunities, and Casey Kane looks like he's going to be the hot tip for Red Bull next year in a Toyota. Under contract to Rick Hendrick, who owns a lot of Chevrolet dealerships. You couldn't make this stuff up. Mike Mullen for MikeMullen.net.